The salesman called my father broke in front of the whole showroom, 10 minutes before learning my family could decide whether his dealership stayed open. My father had saved for 8 years to buy one truck, not a luxury car or anything flashy, just a reliable pickup he could use for work without praying it started every morning. He walked into the dealership wearing his old mechanic jacket because he had come straight from fixing a neighbor's engine, and the salesman looked him up and down like we had entered through the wrong door.
The used lot is across the street.
My dad kept his voice calm.
We have an appointment.
The salesman laughed.
With who? The janitor?
A few people near the coffee station turned around, but my father's face did not change, and somehow that made it worse. He just reached into his pocket and pulled out the printed quote he had received online. The salesman took it with 2 fingers, like the paper was dirty, then barely glanced at it before handing it back.
This price is not for people financing with bad credit.
I'm paying cash.
The salesman laughed harder. Then he waved another employee over.
Can someone explain deposits to him before he wastes my morning?
That was when my father looked at me. Not angry, embarrassed. Like he had dragged his daughter somewhere we did not belong. I hated that look more than anything the salesman had said, so I asked for the manager. The salesman tilted his head and gave me the kind of smile adults use when they think being cruel politely makes it acceptable.
Sweetheart, managers are for customers.
Then he pointed toward the door. My father put one hand on my shoulder and whispered to go. But I had already seen the framed photo behind the front desk. It was a ribbon-cutting ceremony from 20 years ago. The dealership founder stood in the center, holding oversized scissors, and beside him was my grandfather. Most people in town remembered my grandfather as a quiet man who fixed engines, kept his lawn cut, and never wore anything fancier than work boots. But he had not just worked on cars. He had owned the land this dealership was built on, and when he sold it, he kept one thing: a percentage of every commercial lease renewal. My father never talked about it because he hated sounding important. I did not have that problem. I took a picture of the framed photo and sent it to my aunt, who happened to be the family attorney. Then I looked back at the salesman. Are you refusing to honor the written quote? He smirked.
I'm refusing to waste time.
10 minutes later, the general manager came out of his office holding his phone like it had burned him, looking between my dad and the salesman rapidly.
Sir, I am so sorry.
The salesman's smile disappeared. My aunt had forwarded the manager the current renewal clause, the one showing that the dealership owed my family a percentage of that building's lease for the next 12 years. And their next renewal required our signature. My dad looked like he wanted the floor to swallow him. I did not. I asked the manager if his staff always insulted leaseholders before lunch. The showroom went silent. The salesman opened his mouth. The manager cut him off.
Go clean out your desk.
For the first time that morning, my father spoke without looking down. He pointed at the truck.
I still like that one.
The manager honored the online quote, then took another $3,000 off without my dad asking. When we pulled out of the dealership, my dad kept both hands on the wheel like the truck might disappear if he relaxed.
You did not have to do all that.
I looked at his old mechanic jacket folded on the seat between us. Yes, I did.